All content contained within this video is for entertainment purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for professional advice.
7 helpful tips for self-improvement and personal development. Number 1. Developing positive habits and behaviors. We first make our habits, and then our habits make us. John Dryden. Developing positive habits and behaviors is an important aspect of personal growth and self-improvement. These habits can help us to live healthier, more productive, and more fulfilling lives. So how can we go about building positive habits that stick? One key is to make sure our habits are closely tied to our values and goals. This helps to give them meaning and makes it more likely that we will stick with them. For example, if one of our values is to be more physically fit, we might set a goal to go to the gym 3 times per week and make it a habit to exercise at the same time each day. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude. Colin Powell. Another important factor is to set up our environment to support our habits. This can involve anything from placing a water bottle on our desk to remind us to stay hydrated, to setting reminders on our phone to help us stay on track with our workouts. By making it easier to do the things we want to do, we increase the chances that we will actually follow through with our habits. So, don't be afraid to start small and focus on building one habit at a time. By consistently working on improving our habits and behaviors, we can make positive changes that can last a lifetime. Remember, it takes time and effort to develop positive habits, but the rewards are well worth it. Number 2. Building self-confidence and self-esteem. Nothing builds self-esteem and self-confidence like accomplishment. Thomas Carlyle. Self-confidence and self-esteem are important for our overall well-being and can have a huge impact on our lives. High self-confidence and self-esteem can help us to feel more capable, motivated, and resilient, while low self-confidence and self-esteem can hold us back and make us feel uncertain and unsure of ourselves. So how can we build self-confidence and self-esteem? One key is to focus on our strengths and accomplishments. This can involve setting goals and working towards them, taking on new challenges, and celebrating our successes. It's also important to be kind and compassionate towards ourselves, and to recognize that we all have flaws and make mistakes. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Mark Twain. Another important factor is to practice self-care and prioritize our own well-being. This can involve taking breaks, getting enough rest, eating well, and engaging in activities that we find enjoyable and fulfilling. By taking care of ourselves, we can feel more energized and positive, which can boost our self-confidence and self-esteem. So don't be afraid to take small steps to build your self-confidence and self-esteem. Remember, it takes time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. With a positive and confident mindset, you can achieve your goals and live a more fulfilling life. Number 3. Dealing with negative thoughts and emotions. Negative thinking is contagious. Do your best not to dwell on negativity. It will consume you and prevent you from becoming your best self. Germany Kent. Dealing with negative thoughts and emotions is a common challenge that many of us face. These negative thoughts and emotions can range from feelings of anxiety, stress, or sadness to self-doubt and low self-esteem. While it's normal to have negative thoughts and emotions from time to time, it's important to find ways to manage them so they don't take over our lives. So how can we deal with negative thoughts and emotions? One key is to recognize and acknowledge our negative thoughts and emotions, rather than trying to ignore or suppress them. This can involve using techniques such as mindfulness or journaling to help us understand and process our emotions. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. Willie Nelson. Another important factor is to find healthy ways to cope with our negative thoughts and emotions. This can involve seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist, practicing self-care, or finding healthy outlets such as exercise or hobbies. By finding ways to cope with our negative thoughts and emotions, we can better manage them and feel more in control of our lives. So don't be afraid to reach out for support if you're struggling with negative thoughts and emotions. Remember, it's okay to not be okay, and seeking help is a sign of strength. With the right tools and support, you can learn to manage your negative thoughts and emotions and live a happier, more fulfilling life. And by the way, if you are getting something out of this, please hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a new episode of the Advance Dynamix Strive to Thrive channel. Number 4. Building resilience and coping with stress. Rock bottom became the solid foundation in which I rebuilt my life. J.K. Rowling. Stress is a normal part of life, and learning how to cope with stress is an important skill for our overall well-being.
You are watching Advance Dynamix, the success channel for those with a winner's mindset. Most just coast. We strive to thrive. Hello, winners. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. And if you get something out of this, please hit like and leave a comment. Today's sponsor is Bob Proctor and his world-renowned prosperity program, 6 Minutes to Success. The link is in the description. Without further ado, let's get back to today's video.
Building resilience, or the ability to bounce back from challenges and setbacks, and help us to better manage stress and other difficult emotions. So how can we build resilience and cope with stress? One key is to develop a growth mindset, which involves believing that we can learn and grow from our experiences, rather than seeing them as fixed or permanent. This can help us to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats. The difference between a strong man and a weak one is that the former does not give up after a defeat. Woodrow Wilson. Another important factor is to find healthy ways to cope with stress. This can involve practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or meditation, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. It's also important to seek support from friends, family, or a therapist if we're struggling to cope with stress on our own. So don't be afraid to take small steps to build your resilience and cope with stress. Remember, it takes time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. With a resilient mindset and healthy coping strategies, you can better manage stress and live a happier, more fulfilling life. Number 5. Developing a growth mindset and embracing change. Change before you have to. Jack Welch. Developing a growth mindset and embracing change are important skills for personal growth and self-improvement. A growth mindset involves believing that we can learn and grow from our experiences, rather than seeing them as fixed or permanent. Embracing change involves being open to new experiences and challenges, rather than fearing or resisting them. So how can we develop a growth mindset and embrace change? One key is to focus on learning and growth, rather than perfection. This means being willing to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. John D. Rockefeller. So don't be afraid to embrace change and take risks. Remember, it takes time and effort to develop a growth mindset and embrace change, but the rewards are well worth it. With a growth mindset and a willingness to embrace change, you can achieve your goals and live a more fulfilling life. Number 6. Building and maintaining healthy relationships. I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people that make you feel all alone. Robin Williams. Building and maintaining healthy relationships is an important aspect of personal growth and self-improvement. Healthy relationships can provide support, connection, and a sense of belonging, which can improve our overall well-being. So how can we build and maintain healthy relationships? One key is to communicate effectively and openly with others. This involves being honest and direct, and being willing to listen to others and consider their perspectives. It's also important to set boundaries and to be clear about what we are and are not comfortable with. A healthy relationship will never require you to sacrifice your friends, your dreams, or your dignity. Dinkar Kalotra. Another important factor is to show empathy and understanding towards others. This involves being able to put ourselves in others' shoes and to show compassion and understanding towards their feelings and experiences. By showing empathy and understanding, we can build stronger, more meaningful connections with others. So don't be afraid to invest time and effort into building and maintaining healthy relationships. Remember, it takes work to build and maintain strong, healthy connections with others, but the rewards are well worth it. With healthy relationships, you can feel more supported and connected, and live a more fulfilling life. Number 7. Overcoming procrastination and laziness. In a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do. The worst thing you could do is nothing. Theodore Roosevelt. Overcoming procrastination and laziness is a common challenge that many of us face. These habits can hold us back and prevent us from achieving our goals and living a fulfilling life. So how can we overcome procrastination and laziness? One key is to set clear and specific goals and to break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This can help to make the process of achieving our goals feel more achievable and less overwhelming. It's also important to establish a routine and to schedule time for tasks and activities. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action arrives, stop thinking and go in. Napoleon Bonaparte. Another important factor is to find ways to motivate ourselves and to stay focused. This can involve setting rewards for ourselves, finding ways to make tasks more enjoyable, or seeking accountability from others. By staying motivated and focused, we can be more productive and overcome procrastination and laziness. So don't be afraid to take small steps to overcome procrastination and laziness. Remember, it takes time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. With a clear plan and motivation, you can achieve your goals and live a more fulfilling life. We hope you have enjoyed this episode, and we will see you on the next one. Strive to thrive, winners.
If you got something out of today's video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Click the Show More link on this video to check out our sponsor Bob Proctor and his world-renowned prosperity program, 6 Minutes to Success. You'll also find the link to get your Attitude Winners gear, including wall art, luggage covers, hoodies, and t-shirts at AdvanceDynamix.com. Strive to thrive, winners.